Just like we're ready.
Good day, good day. There goes Goldie. There goes Goldie. What's the trend today, chat? What's the trend? What's the trend? Are we looking for sells or buys? Let me know in the chat. What are you guys looking for? Sells or buys? Sells or buys? Sells or buys? Sells or buys? What are we doing? Waiting for an FP first. All right. Very good. Very good. Yeah, we got NFP happening here today at 8:30. At 8:30 we have NFP. So if you see the way price is moving, it's gonna move like I think this is 2 days ago, right? 2 days ago, price was moving up during New York session time. Remember this move? And then we took some buy, I think somewhere around here. I can't remember where exactly. I think somewhere up here. Oh no. What day was it? Was it like? It wasn't Tuesday. I feel like that was a Wednesday, right? It was here. Here, and then price moved up, and then we had some kind of a news. ADP. Yeah, it was ADP. ADP buys. So now we got NFP. So we got NFP buys potentially over here. If you look at the daily time frame, man, daily's been moving up. Now we're approaching towards this daily resistance. Now we're approaching this daily resistance by 40. This is 4360-ish area over here. So you see we're overall inside of this range, getting closer and closer to that resistance point. And I feel with Freaky Friday volume, since we're already breaking out of this previous accumulation over here, gold can continue to move up. You know, we have around 1,450 pips on this next range. This next range could be something that maybe filled more towards, depends on how crazy today's gonna be. But if we measure this candle here, just give me a moment, let TradingView load up a bit. Let us load up a bit here. All right, perfect. So if we measure that candle, we could potentially see ourselves within like 44, maybe 4400-ish. 4400, 4450. Let's just say between this range. Let's just pick here 4400. So we're going to look at 4400. That price can move from where we are right now. It needs to move 718 pips towards 4400. It's going to be like in the middle of this range. Right over here. So I think that's where that we should be potentially heading. Looks like people are already keying in buy positions since the early morning. Here you can see prices up now like 2% on the daily change. So yeah, I think this is a no-brainer. Right here, this is a no-brainer. For Freaky Friday, I would love to see like some kind of a buy confluence. You know? Some kind of a buy confluence would be nice, but question is, if you're planning on getting in, you want to be looking to get in like soon, before the NFP. Because price most likely is going to try and keep pricing that in, like even now as we're moving up. It's going to most likely look at something for players to come in sooner. You don't want to get in too late. You don't want to get like maybe 10 or 5 minutes before NFP. It's going to be a little bit more sketchy, but I think we could see a few more pushes before then. Since we do have like about an hour and some 20 minutes before the news comes. Before the news comes. Right? So let's keep observing this. I think now we're just coming towards that daily resistance. So parabolic. If you look at this from the kill zone perspective, this is that Asia open here. You got the market open, a little bit of a fake out situation. That's why I feel like that Asia session, man, it's been so good. It's been so good to traders. Look at these massive pushes. Massive push during Asia as well. Got a little pre-London action over here as price moved up too, took a buy. Yeah, but we're still, I think like if you're going to take a trade today, maybe just take a buy. Look for a buy. You know, then you're going to be like feeling a lot better if it plays out there. Waiting for NFP, which is coming with a high bullish move. That's what I'm contemplating. Whether to wait for NFP or get in sooner. That's what I am heavily contemplating. Order flow looks pretty decent too. We're trading, it looks good. We're not getting false signals. CVD is looking healthy. CVD looking healthy, so yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. This is Freaky Friday, folks. Welcome. If this is your first time learning about what a Freaky Friday is, this is what it is. That terminology was coined back in the 2020s. Freaky Friday. So you can see over here. Price is moving up. This is a good time at the end of the week. People are going to be keying in positions for next week. And also you might even see profit taking. So all that just translates to a lot of pushes. A lot of spikes. But wow, this is like a bull. You know, when a bull is moving, you don't want to stand in front of the bull. We just keep creating some structure here. So as you can see, this is going to be here a higher high, another higher high, got another higher high. Then at the same time, we have higher lows. Here, higher low, higher low. as price keeps trickling to the upside. Correct. Here we had a nice little reversal confirmation, as you can see. Price broke above the high, creating new higher high, and then gave like a small little warning sign. Nice little corrective move here to fill that range. But I pushed like around on this like 61 pips. It's the correct move. Again, we've come up to create another high right over here as we're approaching that daily resistance zone. So this is actually going to be quite an interesting area over here. Daily resistance. Because this could have been the target for price as price was moving up towards 43.30. Correct. So 43.30 may have been the target. Daily resistance. So it would have been nice if we had a bit more room, right? If maybe we're coming in like a little bit sooner, like this. But you see, now we're kind of approaching the key marks on the HTF. But I do believe that we should be able to move beyond that point. Right? On the 4 hour, we have that 4 hour range up until here. Correct? So we still have some key zones, but I think at this point it's not more about picking the right level. It's kind of about anticipating the overall move for the day. So that's why I'm looking at 4400 specifically as a key target for the daily candlestick over there. That price can continue to move up, which is really not that far, with the amount of volume that we can expect for today. But you see, as we're approaching that daily resistance, let's just keep an eye out for retracements and, you know, that sort of thing. Because I've noticed here as well, we're starting to have these kind of pullbacks as price is breaking and creating new higher highs. So you can see here, we just created a new higher high. If you notice that price has not yet taken any key lows yet. It has not broken any key lows. So it is still in principle on its way up. No key lows have been broken. Now we're playing with the bulls. Oh, we got like, what's this sending? Divergence or something? Buyer. Okay. Yeah. This is a weak signal. Today's longs are amazing. Yep. I mean, for the sells, we're going to need some serious, what do you call it? Some serious confluence. Like I would love to see like a strong liquidity grab, maybe even something like a small little reversal play like this. What we had right there. Like some kind of like a shift in structure would be nice as well, maybe. Get something like this. It wants to move down. But let's see what kind of news we're expecting, right? We're expecting an increase an increase from 57 to 85k. So we're expecting good numbers for the dollar, which means that price on gold should be moving bearish for the non-farm payroll. Yeah, I think this is going to be one with potential whips, because if we're moving up this much, wow, and we're expecting dollar strength, it's a bit of a interesting situation, right? Because you could assume that you're getting all this volume up here since the Asia, because people are expecting NFP to be bullish, correct? But we're actually expecting stronger dollar, which means gold should technically move down. That means all this could be a potential pricing in. And as we're like looking at buys and being fixated at buys, the NFP numbers come out, we might just see that sharp spike down. Especially since, you know, as we're approaching that New York session, we're already starting even to come at a key level, which is that daily resistance. So I think like the market has really cooked right now. And we're coming in like as usual here towards now the tail end. Most of these moves have been happening a lot better, I would say, during like pre-Asia, pre-London, London as well. Maybe a bit if it trickles, but yeah. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Now we just gotta sit on our hands a bit and monitor PA and get a feel for what it wants to do. Is it going to create structure here? Because if it ends up creating a bit of structure here, that means we're trying to break that daily resistance. You just might even start to see some candles, you know, get entry confirmations with volume, maybe even a cheeky liquidity grab like this. A little cheeky liquidity grab with some absorption would be nice. And then a break of the highs to break about that daily resistance. So that would be an interesting scenario. But as of right now, you see it's kind of moving. It's kind of broken into a kind of a range here for sure. It could do with a bit more structure though. You kind of see it on the 1 minute, right? It could do with a little bit more structure in here. Would be nice. Yeah, even on the 1 minute, these buys are just looking nasty. The way we're moving up like this. You just don't want any geopolitical news to happen. If you look at the unscheduled releases, I saw most recently this whole peace thing is going strong so far. Trump says he doesn't want to kill people. So yeah, looking pretty good. But we'll see. We will see. Gold set for the best week since January as inflation fears ebb. Gold headed for the largest weekly gain since January. So these are all the headlines. Gold heads for the best week since January. US jobs data in focus. That's why, man, today you gotta protect your account. You have to protect your account. If you already had like a good trade today and you made some money, man, call it a day. Call it a day. Protect that account. And watch the fireworks, you know, grab yourself some popcorn and watch the fireworks. Let's see. Wednesday moved 2,000 pips up. Right now, it's already moved like 1K pips. Is there a possibility for another 2,000 pip? Well, what do you mean from the open? Yeah, we moved up like... We're moving like what, 877 pips? Where are you reading this pip thing from? Where are you getting 2,000? It's 877 right here. So yes, I think so. If you look on Wednesday, from the open, price moved up 1,930 pips. 1,930 pips. So that means if we do the same thing, 1,930 pips. Wow. We're gonna come towards like 4035. 4035. From where we are, that's gonna be an additional 1,120 pips to answer your question. Because, you know, we're just taking this data off of what the market has previously done, not what we think it can do. Right? So this is the most previous big move that we can replicate this move. Especially like on a Freaky Friday, like let's say on the weekly time frame. Wow, man, look at that weekly over here. Weekly is breaking above the range. We got clean traffic up towards like, you know, 4560-ish, 45,600. This is a really setting up here for a beautiful next week. Beautiful next week. So next week, we're going to look to hopefully catch some more buys as price goes up. That's going to be the idea. So it seems like now we have officially rolled over on gold, officially rejecting 4,000 psychological level over here. So the basically sellers could not take this key mark, right? So now we have this rollover with those rejections. So yeah, in hindsight, you know, it makes a lot of sense because if you notice, price didn't break below that weekly low here by like 39. We did not break that low. So that just means there's a lower probability it would move down. Right? Lower probability that it would move down. Very simple. Instead, it broke the daily range highs. So higher probability that it would move up. And now I would say there's still a higher probability that we can keep moving up. But you know, with this NFP, I got a feeling this NFP is going to be a little bit volatile. I feel like this NFP is going to have like a lot of wicks. A lot of wicks. A big wick, like some kind of a fake out and then the real move. Oh, your wife's ordering some now? Awesome. Get that butter popcorn. And we're still moving up. This is also point A right here. So we've actually just created one. Potential point A right here. Or it is a point A. Gonna look to continue moving up. Create like some minor resistance on the 1 minute and then move up. Alright, didn't create that 1 minute resistance. Still kind of pushing. Let's see how the order flow looks. 2.1 million. But if you notice, like, it's moving good. No crazy spikes though. Like if you look at the size of these candlesticks, I mean, you're not getting like always such a big candle like this. You know, so it's kind of like a gradual. It's like a gradual move to the upside. Still a little bit calm for me. It would be nice to consolidation here at the top and break at the open of 1230. Going just micro lots because week is done for me. Oh, nice. I heard they're gonna introduce nano lots now or something like that. But why do people need this? I always wondered, like, who's trading nano contracts? Like, why bother? But I guess the barrier to entry is even lower now, so it's good for understanding how to get involved with lower risk. Because, you know, at the end of the day, all right, beautiful, that's creating that resistance. At the end of the day, money is money, right? So even whatever you're risking, it's going to have more of an effect on your performance than even a demo would. Because money is money. Martingale entries, huh? Open like 100 positions instead of just one. Hey man, I see buys on gold. Yes. Yeah, I agree. Right now it's actually set up at a point A. It's just waiting to break the highs and then kind of like move beyond that daily resistance. There are many gamblers out there, be it forex or futures. Is my chart frozen? No. Yeah, there are many gamblers there. Here they are. You're gonna see them here. You're gonna see these little sellers over here. We got some nice little sells coming in. Because, you know, for price to move up, we have to have sellers in the market. We can't just only have buyers. So we got some people trying to catch the tops over here by that daily resistance. By really trading against the overall grain. Because there's only gonna be one top, right? Imagine people trying to just sell this move up over here. Good activity, but I would love to see a little bit more action, I would say, for like a Friday. For me, it still seems a bit too calm. Yes, there are confirmations here, but as we're approaching New York Open in like 30 minutes, just got to be cautious. Got to be cautious. If we start to see price rushing and moving towards levels, you know, those are the trades that I feel like really good about. Like, and you've seen the way we've streamed this whole week. Most of our moves are typically coming in after price maybe does something like this or like this. And then we're like, okay, you know, finally market's woken up and finally we can get some action. Because remember, again, 90% of it is just waiting. I got this finding filling gold might retrace before continuing bullish. A lot of people stops. Yep. I got this funny feeling too. But let's see. It's because the way those numbers are predicted to come out, they're giving some kind of a suspicious result. So definitely right now we are at the setup, right? We have approached a potential setup here, but it doesn't mean you gotta board every bus that comes your way, correct? So you can just choose to keep waiting. Just keep waiting, because you know, even as you wait, you have to come here and accept this. As you miss the bus, be okay with missing the trade. As you choose to miss the bus, right? As you choose to miss the bus over here by this potential point A. Be okay. Be okay with missing the trade, because see, then you're gonna have that distribution, right? So you're gonna watch it play out, and you're gonna be like, okay, so you see you're still in this loop. As you're waiting, you're kind of like circling the market. So guess who becomes the shock now? You become the shock, right? So you keep circling the plays until you are ready to execute. The most dangerous animal in the wilderness is a hippo. A hippo is not carnivorous. When a hippo chooses to kill a human or something of the sort, it's doing it just because it's gonna do it for sport. Correct? Hippo is the most dangerous animal. Hungry hippos. You remember those gummy bears? Correct? So be like a hippo. You know? Be like a hippo. You don't need to kill that meat animal to eat. You know, you don't need it. You choose to do it. Correct? So in the market, you got to choose when you want to take a trade. Don't let the market force you to take the position, because it's there are abundant moves. A hippo in the wilderness is not going to go hungry, because you know, because a vegetarian, there's foliage all over the place. They're going to eat. They don't have to chase their food. You know, even a lion or a lioness, which does all the hunting in the wilderness, maybe it hunts only once a day. Maybe for like an hour or two, that's when it does the hunting. The rest of the time, it's just sitting around. But you know, it's going to take a lot of energy for that animal to hunt, right? Because maybe there's not so much abundance of food as well, correct? Even a crocodile will only hunt every so often. It won't hunt like every day, correct? And nature has made it like this because there might not even be that much food in that situation, so that animal is able to survive off little and getting big kills every now and then. But a hippo, man, a hippo is super dangerous, because a hippo will kill just for the fun of killing, but will still have abundancy of food. So that's the way I think about the market. Don't worry about missing this move. Just keep watching. Keep watching. Let it set up. You know you're good. You're good. There's enough food to go around in the wilderness, right? You're not going to be like a lion who's really trying to get that setup, who really needs to make that setup there work. You know, you're okay with waiting. Just keep waiting and then choose. If you want to get the setup, attack the setup, go for it. But as this is happening, accept the fact that you're potentially missing moves. You're potentially seeing moves you could have caught. Just go. You don't gotta catch it all. Even a crocodile is like that. Even a lion is like that. If you ever watch a lioness hunt, it doesn't like, you're gonna watch all the setups go. It's not gonna go always for that one setup, right? It's gonna watch the setups go, and then eventually hit it. So what's a hit rate of a lioness? A hit rate of a lioness or a crocodile is very low, if you think about it, because they're not always, they're in principle, they're always missing the target, correct? But you know what a hit rate of a hippo is? Man, the hit rate of a hippo is a lot higher because when it decides it wants to kill for fun, it will go and do it actively. It won't just hang around. You piss it off, man, it's coming for you. So be like that. Be like the hippo. When you're ready to execute, take your position. Don't hesitate. You've waited long enough. Now you're ready. Hey George, thank you for the sub. Yeah, this is definitely a point A here though. This is definitely getting ready for a Bombaclat. Question is what that's gonna be the NFP range. Here, that's gonna hold. But you see that range is not too big, it's only about like 100 pips. So it's setting up here on the 1 minute time frame. Nice drawings. Thank you, Frankie. You know, like visual learning is the best type of learning. You know, it's the best type. Even if you're trying to learn a language, the worst thing is trying to learn from an app. You know, the best way to learn a language is if you're in that environment and let's say you're walking past a lake and they're gonna say lake in that language and you can see the lake, you can resonate to the lake a bit better. That's usually the best ways to like learn a language. That's how kids learn languages, correct? So naturally. Because when they're out there, they're gonna say like, oh, this is a motorbike as they're working on the street. So visual learning, super important. But yeah, this is the range that price is holding over here. We got like 111 pip range, and yeah, this is where basically you're gonna think about like a candle, a little bit indecisive, getting ready for the break, right? So we got a bit of a doji candle here, getting ready for the break. It's gonna create that break either above here or below here. When we start break above like 43.27, most likely for buys would be like a preferred target. Buys above this zone. And see price move up. But you see right here the time, we got 20 minutes before New York session opens. So is there a chance that price fakes out for a bit right now? Because the closer we're coming to NFP, that's when the sharks are going to come out. And look at where it stopped. It's kind of like slowed down slightly a bit here by a key level, 43.30, which is that daily resistance. Do you think NFP will be bearish or bullish? I think it's going to liquidity grab and then go up. Or no, actually, I think it's going to liquidity grab up and then go down. Let me try bring out the numbers here.
Back around again.
Yeah, so you can see with NFP here, we're looking at a decrease. an increase in the non-farm employment change. We're looking at an increase. So we'll see how the number comes out. If it comes above 85K, that's going to be really bullish for the dollar. Correct? That means gold should seriously tumble at that point. If we come below 85K, technically it will be less than forecast, but it may still be higher than previous. So it may still be good for the dollar. Gold tumbles. But if we get something low, let's say even something lower than previous, like lower than 57K, then gold should move up. You know, so in this scenario, you got to ask yourself, why is price already moving up if we're expecting good numbers for the dollar? It's moving up predominantly, I would say, because of the US-Iran peace that we currently have. But I feel like with that NFP, all this liquidity sitting underneath here may get hit just due to the NFP. So actually, maybe spike up, come down, and then continue to move up. Because now we got loads of liquidity sitting here. How many experience I got in the market? I'm going to my 7th year at the end of 2026. Imagine 7 years of whips, 7 years of seeing the same things happen over and over and over. You know, there's a difference when you do like conscious trading and just trading to trade. You know, like when you're consciously doing something, you're gonna learn a lot from it. A lot of people, they're gonna have like even 10 years, 15 years, but they've just been trading without having like a way to corner the market. Because at the end of the day, this is what you're trying to do right here. You're finding the best way to wait, to not trade, because you know the thing is about knowing when not to trade, not when to trade. So most of the time, this is gonna be like 90% of it is observing the market, observing your emotions, your reactions to certain things happening. This is all 90%. And then right here, this is 10%, the execution. So you spend like a lot of time looking to see, how can I get myself in this window of opportunity here? Because it's just a window, right? It's not a barn door that's open. Like they're gonna sell you that the market is open 24/7 and you can trade cryptocurrencies on the weekends, you know, but it's a window. Goal set for the best week since January.
We don't do that here.
%90 right here. So we just gotta wait for that 10%. Right now, I don't think gold is going anywhere, to be honest with you. I feel like this range it's broken in here is gonna be that range that I may want to just keep holding for some while. Until the news comes out, right? Until the news comes out, we're possibly gonna hold this range. 100 pips. So let's see. I thought maybe we could like grab something quickly. But when the market is not moving, then it's hard to see where the prey is gonna go. You know, think about like a lion trying to corner a gazelle. You know, it doesn't know where it's gonna go. The gazelle can go left, it can go right quickly. You know, but when the gazelle picks a direction and it runs straight, boom. Then the lion knows where to go and it knows how to like, you know, hunt that gazelle. That's why you're gonna see like like technique of what kind of an animal, like a rhino. Is it a rhino? Like a rhino doesn't run straight. When you're hunting a rhino, it doesn't run straight. It runs like this. It runs like this. So we're waiting to see that gazelle, you know? We want that easy kill. So we want to see where the market's going to head. We're going to run straight. We're going to run straight. But right now, you're kind of playing with a rhino or like a cornet gazelle. We're going to move quickly side to side. I'll mess with a rhino. When was my breakout year? 2021. In the first quarter. It was amazing. I was able to finally buy more than an ice cream. Are you expecting deeper pullback than up? Yeah, I mean, the NFP is going to be like a rhino. So we're going to stand away for a bit and then just watch. Because right now we're not moving. You know, in hindsight, it always looks good. Let's say that the NFP just move straight down for gold because we're expecting good USD numbers. Then that would be awesome. But remember, it's always a risk, right? How did I start? I started in 2018, but I didn't take it seriously. Like, I knew about it. Okay, I didn't start in 20. I actually started December 2019. But in 2018, I knew about it. I knew that like one of my friends were making money doing this. So, but you know, you don't really care that much. I guess the first time maybe you're going to see it until it comes across your desk again. And this guy used to make like at the time $500, $1,000 trades. And then, yeah, the rest is history. In 2019 with COVID coming in, December 2019, everyone's staying at home, learning skills from home. All that you could do is sit at home and learn something new. That's all you could have done. Oh, now we're kind of waking up slowly here. We're waking up slowly. There's a minor breakout happening over here. So we got like a minor breakout inside this overall accumulation. Did I pay for courses and stuff? Yes, I did. But in my like 6 month. Because I was losing so much. I thought I could learn everything for free. But I was losing so much. I had more of a commitment problem at the time than anything else. Not an information problem, because there was so much information, man. I learned from basically so many people. I had a commitment problem, not an information problem. So, yeah, I mean, of course, you gotta do that. You gotta invest in yourself, not just in trading. It's literally the same in anything else you do. Like if you start a business today, sometimes your business is not going to just start off profitable. You're going to have to invest in certain things to see like what works, what doesn't work, how you feel about that, like expenditure. And you know, you got to treat like trading like a business, I always say. So if you're not willing to treat like a business, then how can you succeed like a business? Because you see, like even right here, a business will have all of these metrics. What's your overall cumulative P&L? You know, what's your loss, your daily losses, your daily expenditures looking like right over here? How do your wins look compared to your losses? You know, like this is all the same thing like running a good business. And actually you're gonna see, if you can imagine how Jeff Bezos runs Amazon, it could be like very, very similar to like a trading dashboard. But like how a successful business can platform itself. Very similar. It's like, you know, it's like anything else. Some days you make money, some days you lose money. Some days you don't do anything. All we see now is a result of 7 years of grinding. Yes. But now we just gotta wait. We just gotta keep waiting. Let the market show its direction and then it'll be pretty good. We have like 7 minutes until the New York opens here. I think we should see the same today. Numbers are going to be lower based off on the result from yesterday. Oh. But you know, I've noticed of late the news events have not been very liquidity grabby. They've actually been kind of clean. Many traders took traders before news by buy stops and sell stop strategies, so it'll work. Or they will cry want to manipulate. You know, like the thing is, like you can't control it, right? You even if you got a stop loss in place, it will get slipped. That's a real sketchy thing because you know that will never happen. That the probability of that happening on a day-to-day is very, very rare. You know, in my first year of trading, I used to think such things were you couldn't anticipate them, right? So I used to have a strategy where I would have in all of my trades would have a news stop loss, like just in case something happens, like I would have like a news cutoff or something. But what I realized is it never happens unless you're trading during the red folder event, like you see like non-farm employment change, or you're trading during times of like, let's say a lot of talks, a lot of like tweets, in this case because of Trump really moves the markets with the tweets. So that's mostly going to happen towards the New York session. That will not really happen during London or Asia session, but more New York, you might get like a random tweet. Yeah, you might get, especially if you got like a bigger stop loss, because also during that time I got like a big stop loss. So you got a big stop loss, you're trading throughout the day, throughout New York session. That's where you get people now on social media saying, oh, you know, Trump's making trading so difficult, and they're gonna start blaming Trump because their stops are so big. Their risk on is throughout the main sessions where they're exposed to such things. But if you're like a scalper, maybe you got like a 20 pip stop loss, then most of the time that's not gonna affect you. That will not affect you. So that's what I'm saying. 90% of the time you can control your risk. It's only that 10% you gotta know, like, hey, okay, this is a time that we're expecting some serious volume coming in. And you know, and if you just end up in that 10%, then you just the one to blame. You know, you're just the one to blame. Because you're the one choosing to trade during that time. You can't control the risk. You know? It happens to people who are trying to maximize gains sometimes. They maybe have like a good streak and they want to like really boost the P&L. Give it away. Then they give it away. So that's what we call ruining it. Don't ruin it. It's on a Friday. It happens most of the time. People like to ruin it. Because, you know, maybe on a Friday, there's so many different scenarios why this happens. Some people are just having a hard week. So on the Friday is the day that they're going to massage their account and get their account ready to get out of that drawdown, you know. It's like, oh man, you know, like I didn't follow my rules this week. I'm in this drawdown. Fuck it. Let's trade the NFP. Or, oh man, I got to pass this funded account, but I can't do it with normal conditions. I need to get lucky. I need that volume push. Like, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's trade the NFP. So that's the reasons why I think most people are going to like do that. But you're never going to find somebody who really put a lot of work, a lot of discipline throughout the whole week to follow their rules to again just randomly trade the NFP. You're rarely going to see that because, you know, like you got to work hard for that discipline and that money. So what I'm going to do is, yes, I do want to see the volume during the NFP, but I will wait for the NFP to break first and then that direction to kick in. and then we can see what we're gonna do. That's a lot safer. Wait for it to break. Maybe give it like 5-10 minutes. Watch how it's reacting. If it's intentional about direction. But we're definitely stopped right here. We're stopped exactly at daily resistance. Exactly at daily resistance. We came literally to the tail end of this move. Of this bull run. So, you know, again, we're expecting numbers on NFP. So maybe we should write a note over here. We are expecting bullish numbers for the dollar on NFP. Which is now going to mean that we're going to be expecting gold to move bearish. Yeah, definitely slowing down there. Delta is at a doji. Five-minute shotgun, probably going to take the break depending on how this print now on the hour. Ah, yeah, I think also the shotgun there, it didn't take the high. Boom. Yeah, this is that NFP range. Holy. Chat, write a 1 in the chat if you're trading NFP today. Write a 1 in the chat. Write a 1 in the chat. You got your account ready? Massage. Lot size ready? Nice. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna watch this now. Let's go. Hopefully, it holds this range. It holds this range and then breaks the low to move down. I'm going to paper trade the NFP. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to do this 10 seconds before the news comes out. 10 seconds before the news comes out. And that's going to be my prediction for the NFP. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to risk, let's risk a 10 cent. Should we risk a 10 cent or a 5 cent lot? Maybe we're going to risk like a 10 cent lot. Yeah, let's do 10 cent. I'm willing to take a buy soon, just watching for now. We'll do a 10 cent lot. Man, imagine I put the wrong lot size. Instead of 10 cent and I use like a 1 lot. Sheesh. Make it 2 lots. Too rich for my blood. Yeah, we got some we got like, how long we got? Like 25 minutes? Man, this is the event, chat. Like literally out of every single month, non-farm payrolls, make or break. It's probably how that kimchi guy made like 40 million in one trade and then disappeared. Y'all know who I'm talking about? This one kid made $40 million in one trade and then disappeared. And has become like a folklore now. You know, FaZe Banks, one of the pro gamers, said like he met up with him at a restaurant. He ordered a cup of tap water. And FaZe had lunch. And when FaZe went to the bathroom, he disappeared. First, he came in a Bentley, right? He came in a Bentley. You couldn't even see who was driving the Bentley. Comes out of the Bentley, orders a glass of tap water. FaZe goes to the bathroom, comes back. Bill has been paid for. But the guy's gone. They made like 40 million and now he just disappeared. Because even like when you make 40 million, you don't even want to. What are you gonna do? You know, when you make it that fast in one trade, what are you gonna do? Like, it's meaningless. Everything becomes meaningless. Bro's out here ordering tap water. I'm sure if $40 million hit your bank account today, a very good portion of you would sit on your hands for a bit. Really contemplate, what am I going to do with this money? You know? What would be the first thing that you do if you got $40 million today? You'll probably take the day off just to have one last day feeling normal. Going to the mall, just walking around, just to feel normal. Because money gonna change you. It's gonna change the people around you. It's gonna change everything. Your family is gonna change. Your friends are gonna change. Everything changes. And you're gonna become 100% more lonely in the end. So you gotta already be very comfortable with yourself as a person. Because money is only gonna show you more who you truly are. If you're an asshole, you become a big asshole. Go to the mall and buy a banana. Nice. Yeah, get the small ones, the sweet bananas. Alright, so it looks like price is already having the breakout. It's already trying to pull down here. We're down negative 700k delta. Let's see. Yeah, I reckon this thing is gonna want to spike bearish. Yeah, this is that kid. Let me show you who I'm talking about. Kimichi. Low-key racist, I called him Kimchi. But his name is Kimichi. Look at Kimichi over here. I mean, 40 million is pretty nice when you get it like that quick, though. Andrew Tate in 2020 was making $2 million a day. He would wake up, look at his phone, and he would be $2 million richer. The most Googled man in 2020. But it's different when you work towards it, right? When you work towards that million, it definitely feels a lot different. He's got a lot of aura for making it quickly. But of course, he had a big risk. Because you don't make it without taking a big risk. I got like 20 more minutes here. And he made it, you know what he made it on? He made it on Trump coin. Right, like Trump coin. Beautiful pump and dump. That was. Let me see, maybe... Do I still got this website here bookmarked? What is it called? Real-time prediction. Polymarket. Trump coin is what? Trading at $1.46. Let's see if this website here can load. So we peaked on Trump coin at about, what is this? 45? That'd be right. 45 dollars. Back in January 2025. Wait, I think I'm tripping. Is that really 45 bucks? It looks like this is $1.46. Oh, 45 bucks. What did let's go ahead and investigate a SpaceX. SpaceX went up towards... There's also a pump and dump right here. SpaceX went to $226. And now it's all the way back down to 100 psychological. Basically. Clean pump and dump. Yeah, I guess, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense when these things come out, you kind of going to be coming in and out quite fast. It feels like Trump coin's going to move up, but then eventually come down really quick. So you don't get stuck holding the bag. So, good risk. Actually, if you think about it, what was the probability of losing money provided you have enough room to survive the volatility? You know, I think it's a pretty good risk. SpaceX for sure, pump and dump. Trump coin, pump and dump. Nvidia, steady gains. Nvidia peaked here at about like 240 dollars. Currently trading at 2020. Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin right now is heading down towards like 30k. We should be moving down bearish. So like Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin should be coming down like, you know, 50k and then down to like 40k and then eventually down towards the lows here, like 30k. So then it's gonna like fill this whole range on Bitcoin. But you see, now we're starting to like peak below 58,000 or 60k. So we need to respect this zone. We need to break below this zone here on crypto, on Bitcoin. And then it's gonna roll over some more. So we're gonna see. Let's see what oil is doing. Let's investigate oil. Oil is trading at $77 a barrel. Right now, it's stuck in an accumulation. You know the thing about oil, it doesn't like trend heavy, if you notice, right? If you look at this, the highs of oil obviously like 130 because obviously you can't just skyrocket, correct? There's no benefit to the prices of oil skyrocketing, really. Makes everything expensive. So oil is something that's just gonna consolidate like most of the time. I would say the only thing looking good in the horizon here is gonna be the dollar index. As well, since we're still in these levels, we need to also keep respecting above like $100 here. Keep respecting $100 and then for dollar to increase in strength up towards that level 108. But in terms of a black swan event, chat, let me know in the chat what's the next black swan event. What's the next kimchi? Who's the next kimchi here? Who's the next Kimichi? Who's the next Kimichi? Black Swan event was like Nvidia, I think, last year as well. It was pretty steady gains on Nvidia that did pretty good. Nvidia, and then the year before that, we had GME. Remember GameStop? I think it was GameStop. Yeah, I think Roaring Kitty came back from hiding, and then we had a pump. Look at this. We're down negative 2.2 million. Orders are starting to flood in. 50 more minutes until the NFP drops. People might be already starting to key in sells right now. Lithium American Corp will fly next year. Bro, Google this trader, Donvu. 74 to 2 million. Oh, in 4 years? What do you mean 74 to 2? Lost everything in a day last year. Yeah, I remember that. I think he had like 1 or 2. And lost it in a day. More buy orders. I would say like a sell is gonna come in here soon. No risk. No Ferrari. Man, like, they're always gonna say things like this, you know, but steady gains is where it's at. That's why Warren Buffett is so good at what he does, because he is a very, very steady and consistent investor. Slow gains. The problem with fast gains, it gets to your head as a trader. And you feel invincible. And then it's that day you decide to overtrade is the day you get humbled. Hey bro, how you doing? I'm beyond fantastic. Thank you for asking. Just happy that this week has gone by pretty well. Like, I'm happy to see also gold is moving. So if you notice, like, we're starting to get that volume back into gold. So that's looking already pretty good. Like, in terms of a forecast, because, you know, trading, when you're going to do trading full time, it's going to be like definitely more of a business, because you want to forecast how the next month is going to be, how the next week is going to be. So for me, it's looking like business wise, we're going to get like a very nice forecast here soon, because you see, we're finally starting to break above this area and volume is really starting to pick up over here. So we're expecting like really good price action on gold. A lot more longs, a lot more buys, a lot more volume. So yeah, I think it's pretty nice. That's why, you know, like eventually you got to find something you got to specialize in, because no market is going to always be super great to trade. But like gold is just one of those markets, even at its worst, it's still somewhat appetizing. It's not like the currencies like pound yen or euro dollar. It's always somewhat appetizing. But when it moves, man, when gold moves, it freaking moves, man. Look at this. Look at this run over here that we had. This run back in 25. This run here started in like around September. August, September. Broke out this accumulation. And remember this accumulation? This was all just because of Powell. He came in and then he decided to cut rates on the dollar. Right? On the August 25th. Over here. Powell cut rates and then price on gold just skyrocketed the following day. You see really money pouring into the market, breaking outside of this accumulation of orders over here. Right? Look at how we accumulated, then price just skyrocketed. All just because of an interest rate cut. Imagine. And now in September, we're expecting an interest rate hike. You know, so for now, I think we're going to move up because of the whole US peace thing. And then later, we're going to tumble. So this half of the year, these last quarters of this year are going to be full of fireworks. So if you've somewhat survived the first 2 quarters of the year, then amazing, because I honestly believe that it should get a bit more tradable, let's say, in this last these last months. We got about how many more months over here? August, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, basically like 5 months. What's the chart adding to the prices continuously? This order flow chart. So orders coming into the market. And current let's say market bias right now in this hourly candle here is bearish. You can see majority of the nodes here are bearish. You got majority sellers involved. And this is also like a high value area here. And yeah, overall negative 2 million delta, which is also pretty good. But you can see overall for the day, we've been seeing major buying, right? But guess what? We're about to get NFP. So what do you think is going to happen to all these orders over here? What do you think is going to happen to all those orders over there? So that's what we're expecting, that this NFP, we're going to see if there's going to be a wick up. If there's no wick up, it should just move down. It should just move down bearish. So I'm going to pop on here like a small lot size just to feel involved and see what happens. And see what happens. Maybe I'm going to make like, you know, I don't know, but let's see. You became profitable and you stopped trading Fridays? Very good. Next black swan is Google or IBM announces a functional Fault tolerant quantum computer, yes. Definitely gonna be like some kind of an either like quantum computing or AI company. That's gonna be the next black swan. Pass my pay later eval today. Super excited. Thank you, TFX. Nice. Let's go. I mean, if you're gonna end off the day here already in some blues, that's amazing. Don't feel the need to overtrade. Cloud made this. Oh, nice. Setup. Oh, look at that. Success is this. And struggle and hard work. And success is only this. But this is so much sweeter than this. How to get order flow chart on TradingView? Oh, you can't. TradingView doesn't have this. You know, like when you use those volume indicators on TradingView, like everything to do with volume on TradingView is garbage. Yeah, we got 5 more minutes now. Lock in, lock in. Lock in. At my work, we have switched primarily to using AI. Oh, nice. Yeah, nowadays on email, I've noticed when I'm emailing with people, it's almost just like AI talking to each other. Because everybody is just using now AI to kind of clean up the emails, you know? So it's just like AI talking to each other. It's like when you put one phone and another phone on ChatGPT and you ask one phone the question with one mute, and then you unmute the other one, and then they start speaking to each other. What do you think? Buy or sell? Come on, man. You got to be able to read the chart here. All right, we got a poll running, guys. NFP buy or sell? Leave your votes in. All right, we got like 2 more minutes. All right, so we're gonna go and remove all of this analysis now because none of this is gonna mean anything for the NFP. So we're just gonna have a clean chart now. Got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. I am assuming all this is gonna be liquidity sitting right here. So let's at least put a little bit of analysis. Right? So remember, guys, this is not something that you want to trade with like a big risk unless you're flipping an account. But what I've noticed is at the end of the day, just stick with the speculation, right? Like, so if on Forex Factory, the numbers are coming out and we're all anticipating a bullish dollar, then you'd want to stick with a bearish gold, because why would you do the opposite of what that everything's been nicely summarized for you? At the end of the day, it's a gamble, correct? So just go with the information. Got 1 more minute. Let me make sure I got my right lot size on. Okay, you know, this looks pretty good over here. Ooh, now this is getting exciting. This is getting exciting over here now. Holy. We put our stop by like 40, 50. I'm waiting for this to read 10 seconds. So on the last 10 seconds, I'm going to hit a sell. Here we go. Massage those accounts. Get those accounts ready. You will gamble all your money. All right. 20 seconds. Oh, wow, man. Already? Already it's sold. Holy. 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 And that was a 10-cent lot. Holy. And that was a 10-cent. Oh, what is this? What is all of this? Wow, man. Like, imagine if I used a bigger lot. That was a 10-cent lot. Whoa. I wonder why it moved down already. That was interesting. In the last 10 seconds, price had already moved down. Wow. Insane. Man, this candle here, it moved up like 445 pips. This is why I don't trade news. This is exactly why I don't trade news. Even on a 10 even on a 10-cent lot. Damn. I wasn't expecting it that violent. Let's see what the numbers are. Numbers are coming out as really bad. So we got, instead of, you see, so look at this. The number was revised from 57k. We're expecting 85k, and we got as low as 23k. So this is really bad. It came in really low over here. So that means bearish dollar and bullish gold. So instead of a forecast at 85k, we came in at negative 23k. Wow. So that is bullish gold. So now we're starting to get basically now we're starting to get that direction as it's trying to break above the daily resistance here now. Yeah, so that's wild. I actually lost around there about 0.50% or 0.49% on the NFP. Holy. I've never seen the orders do what they just did. Sheesh. Let me see what the chat did here. Let's see. 54% of the chat said buy. Okay. Oh no, I got sucked. Yeah, you gotta always expect that to happen, something to happen. You know, the problem is not making or losing. The problem is not making money on it now. It's making money on that consistently, right? Because sometime maybe you're gonna make like a lot, but in the long run, you just end up giving it back. So, you know, that's why whenever you trade the NFP, just gotta trade like in terms of having fun with it, right? So for me, instead of paper trading, I decided let me just risk like 10-cent lot. But let me see what's going on here. There's a 5-minute rebreaking 5-minute highs. 5-minute candlestick is also about to close here. Might see this candle create like a bottom wick and then look to break above these highs. But it's still, for me personally, it's still a bit too early because we're still having that volatility. I guess the most ideal situation if market kind of calms down a little bit. Let's see where that 5-minute is closing. Look on the 30-minute. There's that nasty liquidity grab here. On the hourly. Just took out like these lows. That tapped right by 4,300 exactly as well. Man, that's so precise. It's scary. So we just come close to like 4,300 and then price shot up. Oh. The thing is, if it breaks these highs, if it breaks that high by like 43.64, you should be seeing technically more buyers coming in at that point. But you'd really be expecting like a pop, right? You wouldn't be like, you want to be close or tight on your management if you're using like a normal lot. Because people who try and sell this usually still have a higher chance of losing this even after price moved up so much. You need at least a setup. Like on the 1-minute time frame, you need at least some kind of a structure to be formed here. NYSE should bring a decent move after that. Yeah, at this point, it should be for the rest of the day, for the rest of Friday, it should be, I would imagine a little bit more active. Because, you know, as we're going on to the weekend, sometimes we're expecting maybe Trump to say something over the weekend. He's been quite active of late talking about this US-Iran thing. So you might have some people trying to key in positions for market open, potentially buys. Because that's the direction we're still heading towards. And mind you, that that resistance by 4400, our daily target is going to be around, I think, what do we say, chat? 44. We said daily target 44, let's say it's like 4450. Between that range, 4400, 4450. That's why we anticipate still price to keep moving forward, right? So yeah, I mean, there's definitely still room. So now you got bad numbers on the dollar. You're gonna see price gonna try and maybe create like some sort of like a support over there. It's gonna maybe try and look for some kind of a support here. Next candlestick. So that one's gotta close. It's created now what we call is the point A again. That's point A, and then that's now going to be looking ready to break above here. But I guess ideally would have been nice for that mini candle there to first close. It's just going to break and move. There's like 30 seconds left for the new 5-minute open. So now we see that the gazelle is running bullish. So you got confirmation of direction. That's the new 5-minute bottom wick. Crazy move like hell. Yep. If you're taking a buy here, be quick on your risk management. Because essentially what you want to see is you want to see price move through that level. Be quick on your risk. Be quick on your risk. But if you've already had a profitable day, guess what? You don't gotta take a trade. You're gonna put yourself in a higher probability to end the day profitable. I'm closing partial over here. Stop loss to break even. See if I can get a runner. Can I get a runner? Let's go 200. Oh. Okay. At least secured 2% there. Runner did not play out. So that's how much I secured. Around 2.1% on that buy. So price moved up around, let's see how many pips this was. About like what, 19? Man, I really wanted to see if I could get a run on this, because I think price could just skyrocket. So I secured like 80%. Stop loss to break even. And I see price is a bit wonky here. It's creating, again, wonky because we're having these wicks. Right? Because we're having these small pullbacks. But yeah, I would say that's a good shot. That's a good shot. So we're going to wait for the market to first show us that direction. Once it shows us the direction, then it becomes a little bit more, what do you call, like tradable. Because then we get basically where we should be heading. So I think W trade, very well done if you did end up taking that one. So you'd be like very, very small risk on that. So on this trade, I put my stop at $600. Right? The risk initially was like, let's say around 2%. But then I reduced it to $600 as soon as I triggered myself. So that way, worst case scenario, then I would just lose like, you know, maybe 1%. Yeah, basically 1%. Because now we're expecting volume is going to keep moving up bullish. And that's it. No runner. No runner for the NFP. That runner would be nice to pay for your gambling. Yes. That's what I thought. But you see, it's still in motion right now. It's still in motion, but it's not moving with as much aggression as we would hope. And I'm noticing this also because on the 5-minute time frame, if you notice the candles here, for 10 minutes, we've still been within this general region. Right? But given the amount of volume we have right now, for 10 minutes to still be within this range is still quite small. We should be seeing it at least try and like pop off a bit more. Nice. Someone in the chat made 1K from $20. Amazing. People are still going to be looking for buys, but I would say if you're still looking for the buys, then wait for a little structure to form again. Something like this that we had here. Because now it's still kind of like in a distribution. It's a bit iffy here. Big butty girl. I guess the candle did already do like 400 pips. Got like 12 more minutes for this hourly to close. 500 pips now. Scary buying at these highs though, when it's moving like this. Because what's gonna happen is, when that next candle opens, we should be creating some kind of a bottom wick. Bearish pressure now. Do I use hotkeys? Yeah, I use hotkeys on MetaTrader. It makes everything so much faster. Alright, chat, that's my NFP for today. I will see you all on Monday next week. Hope you got an amazing weekend. And if you're still looking for buys, just do what I did, you know, just wait for a structure like that and the continuation. Like, you're gonna form maybe something here in a bit, and then it's gonna try. But you know, you need structure, you need a foundation, and then something to break. And Godspeed. That's it for me here today. And I will see you next week. Adios. Take care.
Just like we're ready.